All right, everyone, we're back into it on a Thursday, and a lot to get to. Obviously, Bitcoin just doing amazing things. We said 50,000 wasn't a big deal, but 52, 54, 60. What do you guys think? Happening pretty quickly now, right? This is where roller coaster starts to really get rocking. So great to see everyone. Welcome on a Thursday. Big hype in the chat. Scuba Steve, Gamma, Lawrence, Drew, Miss Stephanie, David, Swooping Hawk, everyone else that's here today. Great to have you. I had a false start today. I don't know. I went live and then it didn't connect, so I had to reboot. If that ever happens or you get kicked off, don't take it personally and just log back on. That's why you want to subscribe, hit the notifications to get notifications. I'm live Tuesday, Thursday around 12:15, 12:30. You guys know the deal. Great to see everyone. What's up, G-Dog? Everyone else? What do you think of this Bitcoin move? Especially after what we talked about on Tuesday. Amazing progress. Fantastic. So, I just think we got to find a B point. And our assumption, I think that the big takeaway from Tuesday was that let's go to the 886 on this. Let's make a B point now up at the 886. B point at the 886, folks, though, is 63K. What if we jump 10,000 bucks? I'm not talking in April. I'm talking now. I'm talking in March. I'm talking before the halving. What's the number before the halving? What's the ratio? What's the harmonic level? Probably a better way to say it. We know 618 is out. And we were looking at 618 as a big one, big reaction. Market's still harmonic, but that's all it was. And our only possibility is 886 and now, within 4 weeks. Give me 6 tops. But before having 63K, hit the 886. And then we'll see. But it's all there. I mean, it's not. Anyone surprised? Anyone surprised, especially folks that have been coming here? You know, we have a regular crowd of 100 or so people every session. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. But you guys know what we have been talking about for months, and you're going through a longer term cycle here. You're going through a longer term process where most of you are doing harmonic pattern framework for the first cycle for real. And you're seeing how it shapes up. We just got to get through it. Most people have not been through kind of the real ins and outs of getting from A to B, or C to D is a better way to say it. X to D, start to finish. But that's playing out the whole year. And we still have a long-term perspective on this, but we're taking it in steps. We'll take every level that comes at us. We'll assess it. But it's pretty clear with the price action, how we have kind of annihilated that massive 618 retracement, that the 886, 63K. It's now. It's a week over week too. Forget about it. You don't have to. It's really not a question, and you shouldn't be surprised. We shouldn't be surprised. Here's the other thing we shouldn't be surprised with. Ethereum. Ethereum 2830. Okay, remember what it was. Daily oversold, high level triggers against a bearish pattern, quite strong. And we were saying, go back to 2600. Last couple of weeks. This was just back in 2 weeks ago. And that was a major continuation signal. Remember, we said it was the first one since October. You seeing how it's working out. This one moves and continues until we get some kind of oversold signal. That's a ways off. Look, I think Ethereum doing this move now and blowing through this daily pattern is you're going to have to kick it out to bigger time frames. You're going to have to go back to the original crab pattern. Where is that? Where is it? Coinbase data feed. Crab pattern. It's been the structure all along. Yeah, there is a bat as well, but there it is. It's the crab. That's what we've talked about. With two targets, 2485, now a distant memory. I think you got to run for 3,400 now. 3,400, go to target 2. That's what you have started. Not a surprise. I mean, people are going to be surprised. We shouldn't. Because this is a part of the plan. And until this thing, look, until we get an arrow down or yellow dot, there's nothing stopping that. And where you are in major price recovery now. Major price recovery against the long-term cycle. I mean, this is freaking insane, actually. This is the day people hoped for a year ago. A year and a half ago in the depths of 2022. You're here, kids. It's back. Let's have some fun and make, make strategic decisions that benefit everyone financially. Let's say that without triggering any SEC bots. But that's a major deal. It's a major move for Ethereum. We have been talking about it for 2 weeks. Here it is. And it's taking out the range. So it happens now. It definitely happens now. You go down here even to the daily. This is the other interesting thing. So daily has, on this move, has challenged the highest reading up here. Go back to November, which we knew was the start, not the end of the move. So you like to see that, and we want to get this up there and let Ethereum just marinate in the overbought level. Give me a big M formation over the next 2 weeks and then down. And that would be a really healthy setup for a corrective move after this run and then next leg, and then you go again. I mean, even bigger. I do think, listen, we said last time, check out Tuesday's session, okay? Because we talked about some big numbers on the monthly, which I feel are going to be your major targets, no matter what. I mean, if it's extension 1618 or something like Ethereum finally going to its 618 all-time retracement, that's 3350. So there you go. Look, sometimes this just takes time. We saw this with crypto. It's a frustrating thing about trading any market, especially longer term holding of positions. But it's here. You want to talk frustrating? Here's a 4-letter word with 3 digits. Okay? XRP. Now, feeling a lot better about this, right? How you doing with that, Evan? Feeling a little bit better. I know last week I think you were in your bed, like under the covers, watching everything else go up except for this. But don't despair. Harmonic patterns are here with stuff like the Gartley. And it's a type 2 Gartley. So you're so early. Okay, you're so early in this move, especially with the pattern, that it's kind of like hitting your funny bone. It's a strange experience when you're so early, and it's like a screaming type 2. Yet you get drawdown against 52 cents, which has been our number. Oh, how can it be a 50? It's just agonizing, and then it confirms at 51 or 50 cents. But it's not doing anything, and you're just like sitting there like in complete disbelief. Well, now you go. Now you go because take a look. Here's XRP zone. Okay. With today, any close above yesterday's high is a big 3-bar breakout. I mean, that's anything above 54.50. I'd love to see this thing finish even higher. But broke out of the downtrend. This has been also the other consideration we've talked about where it says, hey, great confirmation, T2, yellow dot confirmation. All right, this is the spot, 52 cents. You just had to get out of that downtrend. And now, 2-3 days, 2-3 days, there you go. Looking a lot better. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. You guys know how I feel about this. Let's stick with the big stuff. Let's go. I don't talk enough about totals, but we need to talk totals. Totals are in a sweet position where forget about 190. And we went through this, I think, last week with Mitch. Okay, same type of deal. Full on recovery mode. There's really nothing here. I mean, you had resistance, it paused, it's failing that dot, which is significant. And your all-time 618 retracement on your total is 210. $2.1 trillion. And we said this last time. It was about 1.6, and then it was all about 2.1, and then 2.7. And that's where we are. So we're shooting this gap right now, and we should continue. This is fantastic for crypto for now. I mean, if you're looking for the crypto moon to continue, yes, you have my permission. It's going. Doesn't mean just jump in, but, bring it, load up some retracement opportunities. We'll look at that in a second. But we're going to shoot this gap. We're going to shoot up to that all-time 618. Excuse me. Yeah, your 618's there on total. So plant that number, 2.12, 2.1. I'm fine with saying 2.1 and then 2.75. All good. In a great spot. In a great spot because we know the 382 level, which is there, has been demolished. And just, draw a line. Draw a line. There's your 382. Tell me what's going on there. Really clear. Go up to the next level. Stair step. 382, 5618 level, maybe a little action to 707, but, go to the 886. Not even 786. Hey, Crypto Hammer, he's saying over the last 4 years, BTC and all of crypto has pulled back around 20% every middle of February to early March. Will this time be different? I don't know. But not, you're not getting this continuation that's happened or started this week, which is what it is. It really began at the end of January, but this kind of stuff, that's not an inflection. I mean, you're breaking into going higher, or strong material. So I think for now, and what you're seeing in Bitcoin doing, and Ethereum, yeah, but they're gonna probably go higher for now, before any kind of inflection. That's what I'm saying. That's what this current move is all about. Bitcoin at 52. Sure, we could come back to 50 or whatever, but all of this is nominal stuff. I mean, look, every 4-hour, here it is too, every 4-hour HSI, bang and bang and bang, every one. So why not just wait for that as well? At this point, get another 4-hour HSI and just continue the march. I really think that with no B point in Bitcoin, you do the move to the 886 now. It's the hype's, cat's fully out of the bag. This thing is just primed. I think it's primed, ready to go, even more so than people were expecting. I think people thought maybe some more lagging because 2022 was so brutal. But no. And look, the stronger the move early on, the better the likelihood for a longer, sustainable leg. You get a big push, especially follow through on the breakout like you're seeing there, Bitcoin. Okay, you have a better likelihood to continue that. And you're still not even at a 1618 short term. Bitcoin is, look, 63. That's the number. That's the new number. And your 1618, even of that little mini correction on the daily, 55,000, I would say that's not crazy. It could happen in a heartbeat. And then maybe you get a B point somewhere. But not yet. Not yet. A few more. Couple big developments. And again, talk about delayed response. But here's probably one of the best ones of them all, which is VE chain, right? Can I get chat? Can I get round of applause finally for VE chain doing the massive move here? Justin, right, man? Can you send me a dozen roses, please? Finally. Evan, what do you think? Because finally we're out. We are out. And not only that, but we know 11 cents has been forever. We're in at 2 and change, 3 and change, doesn't matter. But this is where it begins, where, hey, my frustration has just gotten a lot easier, and now I just need to ride. Okay? So that was, that's been a long time making. And the big thing was we did have, amazingly, a weekly HSI that triggered on Sunday. And we are seeing some of that. Look, HSI all the way down there. Oh, again, I didn't even get into it, and I've been kind of ignoring it. Everybody that wants to get access to the software really quick, go to Harmonic Trader, become a basic member, and then right here, basic member, and then access the basic members page. Send your TradingView username to right here, hpc@sr-analyst.com. All right. We're still it's great getting new requests, but I have been lacking on doing the little 30-second promo, and all the resources are here. And I think we have to do another presentation probably in March before the halving. Maybe an updated crypto strategy webinar for software customers, users, and members. You guys let me know what you think about that. We can update our portfolio. We can look at like a lot of the 4-hour and daily setups we've been talking about, because listen, last couple of weeks I've just been saying, look for the daily oversold and 4-hour patterns. I mean, VeChain had one down here right at on the correction. There you go. A deep crab right down there. So there have been a number of patterns, preceding this, and there's still others. What's the other one that I wanted to update with you guys? Oh, you know what it was? And it's kind of happening, and we talked about this last week. Check out SCI. So new generation crypto, as I like to say. This is like the immutable X thing. All right. They did a big push, and then you got a high level daily HSI, and then you get a continuation move. Don't want to get too far into this and there's nothing here at the moment, but these setups that we outlined, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, are working in a major way. And we basically said, look for those setups with that oversold daily signal and then a 4-hour pattern and try to play it for like a 1618, that next move higher. And for SEI, that's like 110, 115. So this stuff is starting to do the next leg already. I mean, it's happening. Remember Sandbox. Okay, last time we talked about Sandbox. It was a shark to 5-0. Here's the arrow that we brought up last time. Also, there was a bunch of stuff down there at 44 cents. There you go. I mean, that you couldn't ask for a better situation right there. And I think the other part to this is that 2 weeks ago people were kind of worn out, thinking, where are the patterns? Where's the next move? What did we miss something from January? And it's like, no, it just 4-hour charts, daily oversold, bang those patterns and give it time. Couple of the others, I mean, everything that I want to highlight here are harmonic pattern examples so that we can stick to that framework. It might not be the best, the brightest, the strongest, but these are working no matter what. And they're working in a major way. We're comparable to traditional markets. They're insane moves. Here's Curve Finance. Remember this? This was a daily. Look at this bat pattern. Perfect. Okay, 44 to 54. Beautiful 25% move. Probably, I would say even maybe to 61. Even if that's a short-term 30-day trade, that's working spot on. And take a look. Again, you have T1 designation from the software. There's your yellow dot. Okay, all of that. XA level 4465. Little retest and go. But plenty of time to get in. We've talked about that one. Again, just don't have to force things. So there's a lot of opportunities that have been presented our way. Look, here's the other one, Ethereum Classic, daily oversold. Keep an eye on this because this is threatening. This is more about the weekly chart where minimum objectives, minimum targets are 40 and 54. But I think this thing is just starting to get going. On the weekly chart, look, you're nowhere really here holding the 50 level on HSI. One more thrust higher sets this off. Ethereum's running this thing as next. Couple of more. Sure. Yeah, I'll look at Link. I think Link is a $24 story. Okay, it's just this beautiful base. Link is interesting because it didn't have massive patterns like some of these others, like Sandbox had massive weekly patterns. But it's continuing to just chug along in a really nice way where we can assume 382 or 50% price recovery. We have another daily oversold right here, and everyone since that bottom off of $6, $7 has held. There's the last several down at 12, now 17, now 20. And when I say price recovery, it's like this. What's the all-time? All-time 382. Like this. So all-time 382 for that is 2350. Is XRP a $16 story in the future? No. No, get it to $1 and then we'll talk. Really, I want to get it off of 50 cents. make up for the underperformance. And then we'll just get it to $1 and then we'll deal. What was the other one? Immutable X. Okay, this is interesting because this is another one of those where daily oversold, and it did another run, another bump run, which was really nice. Where were my crypto friends to tell me about this thing at 50 cents? But it doesn't matter. It's these kind of opportunities that are still valid, and they're actually just as strong as catching it right at the low. This one had a bat pattern down there, or shark. It had a bat. I mean, it's perfect. Right at 170. That's the kind of thing we are still going to look for going forward. There are other things. I mean, lesser known things. Here's this loop ring. Okay, I want to be boring. Want stuff that has not developed yet with something behind it. Loop ring. You have my attention. We have a yellow dot, HSI. We have some development. Is this trying to put in a higher low? Excuse me. And then at least go from this area to 35 or maybe 46. That's one idea. Couple more. What was the where'd it go? No, not that. Here's scale, folks. So this is another one where I talked about this. It got a daily oversold. This thing is interesting because it looks like you go in the longer term chart. It had that bat pattern. Now we're back to back bat patterns. I think this is going to be temporary. I think we'll bust out of this and we'll do the next leg higher. If you haven't been watching SKL, get on it. Really, it's a lot like this, a lot like SNX synthetics, which is another one where we talked about that not 2 weeks ago. All these patterns down here at around 315, 330, daily oversold. You guys get the picture? You know, it's just part of the process is waiting for that setup to come to you, which many of them did 2 weeks ago. So I think it's just amazing. Evan says if ETH goes to 10,000, XRP is going to 25. Maybe. Let's not get crazy like that yet. We are almost in that phase. Really, we're almost in that phase where you can make crazy assumptions. I think you're days away. A couple more that I want to follow up on that I've highlighted precision here. It's big stuff. Axie Infinity did a type 2. It was like a stealth type 2 where it kissed 675. We have been straight up since then. I'm looking for this thing to get, I mean, look at that. Give me price recovery. There it is. Huge patterns down there. I mean, it's a lot like Avalanche, quite frankly. Okay, and you're looking for patterns and signals to trigger this off of the low and then get going in some kind of major recovery move, at least back to 10, 11 bucks. This is a lot like, in my opinion, it's a lot like Avalanche and Solana before they did their move. I mean, here's Avalanche on the weekly and starting to come back. There you go, bat pattern. 63.90, still what we're looking for. It looks a lot better though. I mean, Avalanche on the weekly, that's impressive. Just keep climbing here. I just think it would have been great come back for a full retest, didn't give it to you. At a minimum, we'll go back retest that HSI. That's a weekly pattern as well. And where's the daily? Yeah, the daily was that was the crab, deep crab. Really hoping that that would have given us a type 2, but it didn't. And actually, one of the things I'm looking out for, where if this fails and that fails, then it tells me this is going to continue. It's kind of a tough read sometimes when that happens, especially when you're at a high level, but the pattern's like it's a single test continuation, and then you go. Yeah, API 3, I did see that. I thought that thing's been blasting. Yeah, I mean, you can't really do much with that. But when you see those pop off, who put that? Sopro 03. When you see that pop off like that, well, we're heating up then, which is a good thing. Have I ever looked at Jasmine? Sure, it's been a while. I think that's another one where it's mass speculation. I think there was some patterns there, but and I've taken shots at this one. Yeah, look, the daily was a big bat pattern. I remember taking a shot down on there, but that was last summer. And it came all the way back down. Another daily oversold. Is this a weekly? Hold on. I don't think so. It is a T coin for sure. I mean, that's the definition of T coin. Go to half a penny. Yeah, I don't know. That's this is really just the recent daily oversold trigger at around 5.2. I mean, it could easily get sprung. Let's just say it that way, easily. Another one that's a new one, this JTO, looking like it's trying to bottom out here. There's a few new ones that are fairly notable. HSI just triggering on the 7th. And that's also something to think about, folks. If you're looking at crypto, they either bottomed out like the 24th or the 28th of January, or the new ones bottomed out like the 7th, week or 8 or 9 days ago. So it might be further along. I'm trying to think of things that fresh, that have patterns. GMT, no, check out Gala. We were talking about Gala. That was another shark. Okay, total T coin, but why not? I mean, hey, gaming, looking for this thing to put in a higher low for the first time, putting in a higher HSI on the weekly. That's how we get triggers to really get something going here. That kind of a thing. Or did we see Phantom on the daily? It was a while back, but then we have, I think we talked about this at 30 something. Maybe not. Maybe it was this frac share. Hold on. No, don't. It kind of loses me. Yeah. Cardano. Cardano, we knew was going back to 60. Had to do the retest. And there it is, 60 cents. So we have some patterns up at Cardano. When we were at 45 and we talked about the daily HSI here, I think 64. So we're not surprised here. And if it's really strong, we get to 72. Also, Cardano is got this weekly. Just be aware of this. It's a weekly crab. Okay, really tight 1 and 2. It actually is a type 2 returning with an HSI. So just think about it. What's the software telling us? Hey, I want to retest this zone higher. That's what that means. I couldn't go lower. I couldn't especially go to target 2 on the move. And just in the last 2 days, it says, yep, definitely want to go 61, 62, maybe 72. Definitely. Mitch Ray's in the house, back from St. Bart's. What's going on, man? How are you? Great to have you in here today. Everyone, give the man Mitch Ray TA, greatest TA show on the interweb, on all the interwebs, is in the house. And we were just talking about Curve, CRV. Some of those ones, Mitch, are starting to move. Like some of those sleeper ones that I know they looked garbage, but they're starting to perk up. I'm looking for things that are, got some development already. Great to see you. But CRV looking really nice. And the XRP, I know that looked like a sleeper too, but we've got some signs of life there, which is good. Oh, here's something that has got my attention where this big time, really tricky because it has a beautiful bat pattern, but it did it in one bar. So maybe the confirmation's more like 32 cents. But that's a big pattern. I mean, that's like a post IPO pattern where that means something. So I wish I could get that on a pullback or maybe the 4 hour time frame. Here we go. Can we go shark to 5-0? Because that thing looks like, saying correction over. I just need a little more time. Like do something like that and then go. And it reminds me of this this super farm. I know I talked about this, and this was a early January with that bat at 46, but that was coming off of, we were down here October, you're 8 cents. Now you're up 8x with another bat pattern. It is not easy to get into those because you're more focused on the left side of the chart. Saying, how can that be a buy when we're from 8 to 46? Well, there you go. My point being, there are plenty others like this. And so we want to kind of hammer down on those that did give us patterns looking left. Remember, it took weeks for this thing. This bat pattern, think of it this way. Okay? It consolidated sideways. It up and down zigzag before even the big, larger 50% move just in the last week. Things that are like that I think are interesting. We want to pay close attention to it. Where is come on, where's FET? FET AI. This looks like another one. All these patterns on Fetch AI on the 4 hour. And this was a daily oversold. So 53, pretty firm support down there. Here's your daily. You got a bunch of daily oversolds. So this is going to be another high level. Hold this area to start the next leg higher for Fetch AI. Fetch AI also has weekly patterns and a weekly target at 82.8 cents. That's where it's going. And I also think that it's meaningful that Fetch AI on the weekly, just on Sunday, okay, put in an HSI continuation signal. It's big, really big. A few more. Filecoin. Okay. That's been all over the place. I know that and internet, computer, ICP, everyone looks at that stuff. Maybe this is going to, now is the time. This stuff's going to try to make it off of, do something bigger. I think ICP's got a better kind of build construction here, technically, than File. So you can hold me to that and we'll see how that plays out. But I do think that that's just a matter of time before that thing really pops. And there's nothing above these levels. That's the crazy thing. I mean, this taking out that low end here and then 8 weeks, higher lows, higher highs slightly. Where's the 4-hour chart? I know this was down at like 10. Hold on. Didn't we have some things here? Or was that an hour? Yeah, it was a shark right at $10. Interesting things. Oh, the other one was H bar. So we did, and we had a shark right off the top on the daily on H bar. There you go. So confirmation that was a T2 shark. Should get you back to 975. But the again takeaway is let's find the patterns on the daily like this or daily oversold 4-hour. Continue with that. One or two more. All right, you got me on Chili's. You know I'm going to segue over on Coinbase. Chili's doesn't change. Looking for a hop, looking higher, deep crab on the daily. Again, a lot of this is doing what you want to see strong trends do. Reaction, and I mean immediate reaction, right at 1618, but also at 382, target 1, and send it right back. So Chili's is also, the targets are much higher on Chili's, and it's just a matter of time. I mean, that's what you're playing for. Remember, this was like a crab pattern from way back when, where, yeah, the targets are like up here at like 25 cents. Man, you guys have a ton. I'm about to miss this futures move. Rose, I did notice this. This was interesting. 1260. But again, I noticed this because it's got a massive pattern. I don't know if we've talked about this one. Daily, massive bat pattern right where it is now. Weekly is even better. You know, looking like it's got a ways to go. That one, what about RLC? This one's interesting. Looking like it's trying to bust this resistance now. Where is the yeah, high level daily oversold. This is again another one where I'm willing to take shots on these because when they work, they're bigger continuations. So RLC is another one to look at. TIA we looked at last time, and I think now it's giving us the pullback. TIA, and I think these are big continuation movers. You know, if it's super or if it's Immutable X or if it's TIA. There's Celestia now on the daily, $20. That was, we were looking at that on this 4-hour chart back here. Yeah, it's a type 2 now at 20. So let's wait. That move to 20, that was the anticipated move. Probably a pause for now. It's a lot like Caspa. Remember that? But I think these do go higher eventually. You know, you're going to have to knock on this door a few times. Here's Caspa. Remember that at 10 and now 15, but you go to the daily or weekly, it's a, you know, daily oversolds. Okay, we had some stuff on the 4-hour chart there. Are we going to bust out and do a new price discovery move? That's the thought. One or two more. I'll show you guys other things maybe haven't moved so much. Kusama. Oversold triggers starting to finally starting to move there. And where was my, was it that one? Hold on. Just to give you an idea. I mean, it's a major T coin itself. But if this would be the time, you know, for a weekly breakout, you've got the potential here. higher low being put in and now take out that prior high at 67. There's nothing here. That's you're so close to setting that up. Couple more. Yeah. We talked about Solana. No, we didn't talk about Solana. Maybe I mentioned it. We didn't look at the chart. Okay. Did I show you guys synthetics? Yeah, I think I did. Solana, 113. Back up. I talked about why this outran the 30-day Pepsi challenge, if you will, Harmonic pause challenge. And it's been up ever since. 122. I mean, it's tough to chase it. It's tough for me to tell you to go chase it now, but maybe we're going to make that 120 run. The best way to do this is just wait. Look, our last oversold reading was a week ago. No, I'm sorry, 3 days ago, and then yet last yellow dot was like 2 weeks ago. So you're getting signals still, and we'll get another pullback. Did GSOL sky, Mitch? I wonder if it probably did. We were talking about that too last time. Oh yeah, it did sky. It skied. Did you get some of that? Yeah, maybe it's time to segue to there, because those are running. Those, how about your GBTCs? Where are they going? I mean, GBTC was this all along. Where is it going now? Because that was a Gartley that's just blowing away. And this is just in line with what Bitcoin's telling us. But that's blowing out target 2. And until you get some kind of major reversal, check out what even your amplified RSI on the weekly here has now become a complex structure. And that'll eventually roll over, but it doesn't matter. Whatever the next correction is, it's still just a temporary reaction. At this point, you just use the pattern. And look, GBTC, this kind of reinforces why I do think it's now that we go. You had plenty of time to do some kind of correction. GBTC 886, folks, book it, 52, 53, and then the 1618, which is, I think, structurally a great metric, minimum metric for this cycle is like $90. That's I just don't think that's tough. Really. And then the ETH, well, the ETH thing, think of it, if Ethereum's going to catch up to Bitcoin, you got a long ways to go. You're 2380. We mentioned that you have a bearish pattern, but look, no confirmation. You had a bullish shark, then you have a crab you're dealing with right now, and what's it doing? It's barely reacting, going higher. I say that goes to 30, 2670 to 2956. That's just minimum stuff here. Not just the ETFs are telling you they still want to do more. I mean, you're failing bearish patterns. ETCG, we talked about that with Mitch too. That's that Ethereum Trust. Yeah, I mean, when it goes, and what it's showing you, it's a good vehicle to look at because it's reacting to the pattern, but it's not doing anything more than a single reaction. Still in a 1-bar pause sideways. This will likely fail. And when it does, your hop level's 1575, easy. All right, let's go over. We do need to look at that. We need to look at the Qs. Let's jump to the Qs. Well, we can go to Coinbase. Segue to stocks. Look at Coinbase, folks. 166.28. It completed the return, right? I don't need to spend much time on this because we outlined that whole deal last week. And we were at 127 right there saying go for it. It's there. 3 days. The miners, everything, same deal. We don't need to spend much time on it because we've covered it so much in recent sessions. But there's Riot. And we know that Riot, couple of tests on the weekly, but nothing changes. It's going to remain on that uptrend. Go to the Qs here. QQQ. Yeah, 434 on the weekly currently. 445 is the hop level. You still need 2 bearish weeks to even get a yellow dot. All right, I think 445 is still our target going into the end of March. You're still up. It's way overextended, but you're still up. Doesn't really change. And you got stuff like, look, Meta up 14. I said this before, say it again. Okay, it's going to the 1618 all time, if not more. So something's up with this thing. I mean, remember the hop at 116? Yeah, now 487 and 1618. I mean, we covered that right at the hop. 560, folks. Yeah. Is that what the deal is? No, they already got reported earnings already. But clearly this thing, massive breakout gap continuation. So it's not going to stop. The Qs on the 5-minute for today, look, still pushing higher, and here you go. Little daily shark, but no, sorry, the 4-hour, or is it hourly? 4-hour got oversold amazingly. Now this is critical to understand where we are, and we've seen it before. Massive pattern, deep crab, doesn't reach target 1, just shy. Comes back to the hop, okay, stalls out. We get oversold right there. Oversold at 430, and now we're continuing higher. This is a failure in action. You know, we'll bust through this and we'll fail. And we'll at least make a run to retest 439. But I think from here, you go to the 445. Coinbase today, going to beat probably. I mean, it's acting great. Remember, Coinbase hop is much higher. Okay, you guys keep chewing about Tesla. We've talked about Tesla. We know it. 225. Tesla's going to 225 on the recovery of. It's not only, look, a couple things. Oversold DOT and Gartley. So 222 appropriately. Target 1. It filled the gap. Definitely. Just a reaction. We've been saying that all along too. Couple more. Man, you guys are really peppering me here. Oxy going wild. Here comes Buffett. There you go. Sure. Those are moving. Oxy. What about Apache? So, yeah, looking better. Those look really good. Right off the hop. Yellow dot was 2 days ago. We mentioned that as well. So, again, guys, there are plenty of pattern opportunities. Really, lots. Stuff like that where, yeah, they're not doing much when other things are mooning, but that's because they're in development. So this is definitely the start of at least a nice reactive move off of that. And we've seen it with the other, don't forget, crude oil and the rest of them. they have been doing exactly what we have been looking for. Crude oil holding here just needs to hold. Steadily go up, 30 cents, 50 cents every day. And just claw your way back above 80, and then these stocks should really get off the lows. So a lot to sink your teeth into. And again, I think it's, I do want to do another session. I don't know if it should even just be crypto. Hold on one second. One second. Great. SMCI at 1,000. What do you do with that? I mean, there's nothing you can do with that except for trade it on a 5-minute chart. But there's crazy stuff going on. That's not the end either. But it's more of like a sign of what's to come. Nvidia, go to the weekly. All right, you're starting to reach for those big numbers we talked about on Nvidia. And just so you know, I mean, Nvidia 3618 to 1,000, 314 for Nvidia is like 880. So you're still 10, 15% away from current levels after the move we've done. Pretty remarkable stuff. SMH, okay, just on its way to the 1618. Almost there, 220. It's been the target all along. We still have more to go, is the point. And we're looking for other things to heat up, especially crypto, especially crypto. So let's circle back really quick. Just go to Bitcoin. Why does Bitcoin matter? I just all along have said it's a massive accumulation cycle. Here's Bitcoin futures on TradingView chart. Even this one still hop at 56 currently. Okay, that's just, still higher. Daily HSI, that was a big one. It still is. So any inflection, I really think you're going to get these kind of short corrections along the way. Here for several days, here for a couple of months. I mean, what was that? Yeah, it was like a couple of weeks. Sorry. Do a 1618 and then do another one. I think though we are already setting up. Right now, go to 55. Okay, right now BTC. Let me get the. Hold on. Let me get the spot price. BTC. There's total crypto cap. Let's get Coinbase feed. All right, 52 at the moment. What we should be looking for over the weekend into next week. You're already doing amazingly the January correction off of the 48.6, and then it got to 38.3, 38.5. We were looking for 36. No biggie. You're already at the 127 there. 1618 off of that move just for now. Target like 55K. 55K for Coinbase on Coinbase Exchange. That data feed for Bitcoin to get on this move that started at the end of January. If you're really going to do something higher to hit that 886, I mean 64,000 is essentially like a 2618 move. That's one of the most extreme, 64, 60, something like that, somewhere 65 maybe. Trying to make some kind of run to the all-time high now. Someone made the comment when we started that historically February, March sees a pause, maybe. But where we are currently, Bitcoin wants it now. And remember, the takeaway from Tuesday's session was that where are we going to get the B point? Where can we get a B point for the larger crab? So if it is the 886 here, 63, something like that, and then to get a 382 and then go. Not saying that's going to happen, but that's how the alignment would have to come together, where, there's not going to be a B point at 48. The B points, if we're going to have one, is 886 to get us to 102. That's the plan. That's been the plan for a long time. Let's stick with it. All right? Great session. Listen, now is the time. Take the weekend. And I mean this. We got a holiday Monday, but take the next couple of days and get yourself ready to go 7 days a week until the end of the year. It's worth it. It's going to be worth it. It's been worth it to kind of get yourself mentally prepared to be on this thing, on this market, ready for things to fly. We're seeing stuff move. A lot of those sleeper patterns that we looked at last week in crypto was like, oh, why bother? The crypto, this shark pattern, they're moving. A lot of them have moved already 20, 30%. And we should be expecting that going forward. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great one. We'll catch you next time on Tuesday, 12 noon Eastern. Until then, get with me over at harmonictrader@gmail.com.